Hi everyone, this is Erin with Ariengabriella. How are you doing? I am back in my car. I rented one for the day to come out here and finally finished my hiking, which is really exciting. I had some epiphanies later on my trail that I wanted to share with you guys. Number one, I had an encounter where I was on this particular trail. It's near this old kind of suburban Missouri town. It's not even Missouri suburban, it's more like country. And that's really important because I live like in the Kansas City area right now. Pre-COVID, I used to hate it. I used to think like, oh, what a boring city. It is a little bit boring. But post-COVID, I've been able to really understand like what is really exciting about the Kansas City area, but also the Midwest in general, and that is the nature. The nature is outstanding, and I'm so happy that I live here right now at this time, because within like a very short distance from where I live, I can get to like several lakes, several forest trails. It's just amazing. So I just feel really blessed during this time to just not be like trapped in a city, to just be really enjoying, just nature and all its beauty, and not having like too many restrictions placed on me because I live in a more conservative town. It's just really funny how life works out. I was walking on one of the trails near, and just out here in the boonies somewhere. And it was a very well paved trail. Like it had cement on it. It was just a very well paved trail. But I am the type of person who has a tendency to just get off the tracks. Like I'll see something, I'll just be like, ooh, what's happening over there? And I'll just run onto another trail and get totally lost, which is ultimately what ended up happening. I got off the trail, ended up on a beautiful detour, but then had to turn around and retrace my steps just to get back to my path. It was fun for me, but I was given a very important metaphor by Spirit that I wanted to share with you. And that is that sometimes, actually every person has some kind of mission or goal for their soul when they incarnate on this earth. Okay, it's just a thing. Some people's goal is merely to maybe work through and correct some karma. Some people have higher goals. It varies a lot, but everyone has, a certain plan, a certain wish that they want for their life. And when every little baby is born, they start out with this beautiful, well-laden path, perfectly put out for them. And then after that, what happens is society starts trying to throw them off track. Like this world that we live in is designed to just be one massive distraction, from the TV and the preoccupation with, looks and whatever the hell. It's all just a ploy to keep us shallow, to keep us distracted from our path. Okay, so really, what's important to understand is that sometimes you will get off track. And sometimes getting off track is a good thing. And always getting off track leads to valuable lessons being learned. So it's never a bad thing to get off path, off your soul path. Just know that if you do it in a way that's unconscious, and if you do it because you're in a fear-based state, you might end up with some problems. Like for me, this is just obviously just kind of a metaphor, but I got off track when I was walking on my trail, but that was purposeful. Like I knew I was going off track. I did it because I wanted to experience something different right now than I wanted to experience when I first started on the trail. So that's why I got kind of a little bit off track, and it was very pleasant. And sometimes those detours are so beautiful and so necessary for us, but sometimes it's really not. Sometimes, you make a decision out of fear, you get off track, and then you lose your way and don't know how to get back on. And when those times happen, you just have to call your spirit guides, your highest self, and just ask to be shown the way back. And you'll be given a map. Like coincidentally, when I got off track, I didn't really know where I was. I was able to find another like little campsite that had maps, and I was able to figure out where I was and get back to where I was going. So, you know, the universe will always help you. If you want to get back on track, you're a little bit off or a little bit lost, they'll always provide you with a map, but you have to be looking and you have to be paying attention. So that's something I really wanted to put out there, because I know that there's a lot of people who are trying to figure out, like, you know, who am I? What am I about? What is my purpose? Those are all things that you already know. You just kind of, you know, forgot, and you may be a little bit off track, because it's easy to go off track when you don't know where you're going and what path you're supposed to be on. So that is just a stream of consciousness, you know, message that I wanted to put forward. It was just received to me while I was walking, and, you know, the metaphor is very clear. I wanted to share it with you. Another really amazing thing that is going to be great for all of us is another powerful spiritual symbol that I got on my walk, which was, as I was off track, you know, trying to figure out what was going on, I had a moment where I got just surrounded by ladybugs. There was ladybugs all over me. And as I was walking, they'd land on my shirt, they land on my hand, they land on my pants. I had like 5 ladybugs on my pants at one time. And after a while, I'm like, okay, this is clearly a sign. Like, you know, you don't have a million ladybugs land on your clothes, you know, every day. So I was like, what is going on here? So I looked it up. I could just Google, you know, ladybug spirit animal. And ladybug spirit animal is a symbol of good luck. It can help cure illness and make your wishes come true, or can help make your wishes come true. And it's a sign of good luck that all your projects are going to manifest for you. And maybe love as well. So that is amazing, you guys. And it's not just a sign for me. You know, if you're watching this, it's a sign for you as well. Like, tap into the power of the ladybug spirit animal right now, because it's here to give you a dose of good luck and a dose of happiness and joy. And this time it's quite trying. You know, so that to me is the biggest message, that there's nothing but happiness and love and joy around the corner. You just have to believe in it. And you just have to, again, make sure that you have your map with you so you don't get lost. And if you do take a detour, just make sure the detour is purposeful and not a fear-based, unconscious decision. Okay, so Mother Nature is here to help you in the form of, right now, the energy of the ladybug. But she's always here. The trees are always here. Just connect with nature and get out there and have a good time. So again, my name is Erin with Ariengabriella. Please subscribe if you like my content. I have much more free time coming up, so I will be ripping out a lot more videos, getting things going. Again, one of my hoodies that will be available if you like it. They'll come in multiple colors. Yeah, just thank you so much for listening, and I love you, and have a great day.